It's Monday, January 19th, 2026, and welcome back to another weather forecast for the United States. And let's jump straight into the weather forecast for today. So the first thing I do want to say is these snow squalls that are going on over here in Pennsylvania right now. I mean, this is pretty crazy. We had some snow squalls go through Pittsburgh. Make sure you stay prepared for these snow squalls if you're in the front of them, but otherwise you'd be fine. Just pull over if you're in a snow squall warning. And then we also got some winter storm warnings in some of these areas where we could expect winter storm conditions. And we got some winter storm warnings for the west coast of Michigan, same with up there in the UP of Michigan. So, Fort Wayne, you guys have a cold weather advisory, special weather statement. The special weather statement is going to be for light snow accumulations with maybe slick spots possible. We are seeing extremely cold temperatures in some of these spots, as well as wind gusts, especially if you're anywhere in these circles. Blowing snow is going to be a possibility as well. Then we got a special weather statement down here for southeastern Kentucky. I'm just going to guess that's for slick spots or for colder temperatures. And then in Florida, you guys are expecting some, more cold temperatures as well. So, yeah. And then we are actually expecting a possibility for a winter storm as we get into later this week. So around maybe like January 23rd to January 24th, we could see a winter storm for this area, as you can see right there. So if you're in this highlighted area on January 23rd, be watching out for a possible snowstorm. But then we got this one for January 24th, so if you're in this highlighted area on January 24th, be watching out for snowstorms. I'll give you guys more updates as we get closer to this, but a major snowstorm is a possibility as we get into the future. So that's why we're going to check out the future radar, so I can show you guys what I'm talking about for this winter storm, because it should develop and possibly cause some snow and icy slick spots in some places. So here we are. This is what the future radar looks like. So let's fast forward it to the time when it's supposed to develop. Before we get there, we can see a few storms develop. So around January 21st, we can have some rain develop down here and some snow bands develop over here. Maybe some slick spots will be a possibility, but I don't think that's going to be a big concern. We'll continue to see some lake effect snow. If we fast forward it a little bit more, you can see we'll see a little bit of a big snowstorm looking thing develop right here. And then it could cause a lot of snowstorm conditions out here, winter storm conditions. Look at that. This could actually be more of a southerly kind of winter storm. This is going to be something to remember possibly. So this is probably going to be pretty bad if it happens, but because of how far south it's going to go down. But make sure to be prepared for this. This is January 22nd through January 26th. So you can see it will fully be out of here by January 26th. So we need to be watching this very closely. And there is going to be a possibility that we could see some snow out of this as far down south as Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia, and Mississippi. So we'll be watching this very closely. And I don't feel comfortable showing you guys the snow, like how much snow you're expecting. But the next thing I do want to talk about is the temperatures that we're having for the United States right now. So see that we've had a Arctic blast come down and causing very cold temperatures for a lot of you guys, which you can clearly see right here. We had an Arctic blast come down from Canada into the United States. But if you fast forward it a little bit more, you see if it's very cold down there in the southeast as well for you guys. We'll see a little bit warmer air come through around January 21st. Fast forward a little bit more, Florida and the southeast will get warmer as we go around January 22nd. But then look at this. We'll see a Arctic blast come down from Canada. And this will cause most likely a snowstorm. So this is like the main thing that's going to be causing a snowstorm over here. We'll have a system over here in the Pacific Ocean that's going to go onto land and cause some snow in this area. So you can see how cold it could be getting around January 23rd up here for this Arctic blast. As we get more into the future, we could get more data and more information on this. But let's fast forward even more. So January 28th shows some kind of little Arctic blast coming down. Not sure if that's going to happen, but it's definitely a possibility. So fast forward it all the way down to February. Could see a Arctic blast come down on February 1st as well and make it down pretty far south. So we'll be watching all of this weather very closely here. But as of right now, the weather is fairly quiet today. But just be aware for some snow squalls. Definitely wear jackets and proper clothing when you go outside, because you don't want to get hypothermia or anything like that, frostbites and stuff like that. But yeah, we are expecting some air stagnations in parts of Idaho, Oregon, and Washington, so you can check the weather if you live up there. I got high wind watch down there in Colorado. But it's probably about it for today's weather forecast. And I'll see you guys in the next weather update video. Have a good day. Bye.